Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Harinama Sankirtana Yagya ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. Just the thing is that I had to carry on upstairs and I had a break. Oh, still yeah. Kind of, but still the main thing is learning how to focus on that.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Please stay because there will now be a Bhagavad Gita class. Hare Krishna.
Should we just sit there? We just sit there. Thank you. So, we're doing Bhagavad Gita class. Sitting here, so okay. Thank you. No. Oh, no. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for being here on a Saturday evening. We will do a short Bhagavad Gita class. And 7 o'clock there will be an Aarti. And 7 to 7:30 there will be Aarti. I'm sure there will be some prasadam as well after that. Do a short kirtan and then we'll see. Jai Radha. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari 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 Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गोकुलानंद श्री राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद श्री राधे जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So before we recite Bhagavad Gita verse, we chant a small prayer again. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So the verse for today is from chapter 11, the universal form. Does anyone want a Bhagavad Gita? I have a spare Bhagavad Gita here. So I'll open it for you. Do you want it, Prabhu? Anyone? Okay, I'll come. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much. You want it? So this is chapter 11, verse number 4. So I will say the verse and then you can try and repeat if possible. The verse goes like this. Manyashe yadi tachakyam, manyashe yadi tachakyam, manyashe yadi tachakyam, maya drashtum iti prabho, maya drashtum iti prabho, yogeshwara tato me tvam, yogeshwara tato me tvam, darshayatmanam avyayam, darshayatmanam avyayam, manyashe yadi tachakyam, manyashe yadi tachakyam, maya drashtumiti prabho, maya drashtumiti prabho, yogeshwara tato me tvam, yogeshwara tato me tvam, darshayatmanam avyayam, darshayatmanam avyayam, manyashe yadi tachakyam, manyashe yadi tachakyam, maya drashtumiti prabho, maya drashtumiti prabho, yogeshwara tato me tvam, yogeshwara tato me tvam, darshayatmanam avyayam, avyayam. So I'll go word by word translation from Sanskrit to English, and I will read the translation and the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Manyashe means you think. Yadi, you can repeat after me, it's very purifying, if possible. Yadi, if. Tat, that. Shakyam, is able. Maya, by me. Drashtum, to be seen. Iti, thus. Prabho, O Lord. Yoga Ishvara, O Lord of all mystic power. Tataha, then. Me, unto me. Tvam, you. Darshaya, show. Atmanam, yourself. Avyayam, eternal. Now the translation goes like this. This is Arjuna saying to Lord Krishna, if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Purport. Or maybe you can repeat the translation. Just follow me. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Thank you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Every living entity is only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or to understand the Supreme Lord. Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. Rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Arjun could understand that for a living entity it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. I'll read it again. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. The word Yogeshwara is also very significant here because the Lord has inconceivable power. If he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna orders. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotional service. Thus, it is not possible for persons who depend on the strength of their mental speculations to see Krishna. This is purport. So we'll seek blessings of all the great Vaishnavas and Acharyas before we start to speak anything on. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Se He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Mukham Karoti Vachalam Bhangam Langaite Girim Yatkripathamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So, now we are reading from chapter 11. So, Bhagavad Gita has how many chapters in total? 18 chapters. Yes. And we are on the 11th chapter, the 4th verse. Before this chapter, we had covered the opulence of the Absolute, wherein Krishna declares his different opulences. He says, whatever best in one sentence, whatever best you see there, Arjuna, you see that's me. If you see the Himalayas in the mountain, you see the ocean, the water body, you see Prahlad, the best of the demons, you see the time, there are so many, he speaks about Narad from Devarishi, all the best, Arjuna amongst the Pandavas, all the best that you see, that's me. So wherever you see the best, you can see me. So this is, because that was Arjuna's request as to, how do I see you? The 3 questions Arjuna asked. After answering all those questions, then Arjuna also desires to know more about Krishna. He's convinced now. He's said that in the previous chapter. Yes, I accept that. Like the other rishis, the Devala, Asita, Narada, they're all declared you are the Supreme. Now you yourself have declared that to me, and I can see that you are the Supreme. When it comes to the 11th chapter, he again, puts one request. And devotees can put request to the Lord. And he says another request. Drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottam. He says, O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours, because Krishna says in the previous chapter that he has entered into every atom, every cosmic manifestation, he is there. And Arjuna wants to see that form, which means the universal form. Is also called the Vishwarupa. Okay, Vishwa is universal form, is the Rupa, Vishwarupa form. That's the chapter is universal form. And Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, it is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. So what are the material senses? Is the 5 senses that we have. The eyes, nose, and the ears, and the touch, and the tongue. We can't see Krishna. We can't perceive Krishna through the mind. Mind is also a material sense, like the 8 senses like that. If we can't see Krishna, but we are seeing Krishna here, aren't we? Is that a paradox? Like, how do we see Krishna here? He's standing here. We see? Do we see Krishna? We're seeing Krishna, isn't we? We're seeing with our eyes. But we don't see. This is the conflict. So we need to resolve. But this particular situation that we have here, Arjuna is asking to reveal a particular form, although Krishna is standing before him in this 2-hand form. Arjuna asking him to reveal his universal form. How can one behold universal form? Universal form means what? Everything that exists in the material creation, he wants to see. I mean, how can we possibly see that? Like, if I see from here, I can see a little bit here. If I go out, maybe I can see some buildings. I can see beyond that. I can see a little bit farther. Someone can see probably better than me. But how can anyone say, if I look in the sky, I can see some stars. But I can't see everything. If I see up, I can't see down. I can see here, I can't see there. I have limitations. I can't see everything. But Arjuna has made a very unique request to the Lord to show his universal form. That means that form which consists of everything, every material creation that's happened ever. And that's there at the moment. And a universal form that is there has many features. It will come, I don't want to reveal everything. Maybe you can come every day. Or maybe here online as well as possible. But why is this request being made by Arjuna when he's seeing Krishna in the 2-hand form? Any thoughts like, why does he want to see Krishna in the universal form? That's costly as well. It's explained in the chapter that form is devouring everyone. He's like all the skulls going in his mouth, everyone's going inside his body, and it's quite terrifying. Arjuna gets terrified after he sees the form. And then he offers many prayers. He prays millions of times. He offers prayers from the right, from the left, from the up, from behind him. Everywhere he's offering prayers and says, Krishna, I thought you were my friend, and we were sitting together, we eating together, but I don't know. This is something I can't understand. I feel scared. But then what is the reason when Arjuna is already convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Lord? Why does he want Krishna to show? Yes. Very nice. Thank you very much. Any other answer? That's definitely is the right answer. Arjuna wants not only for himself, because he's a devotee, he's always thinking of others as well. I am convinced. As you said, how will the other people get convinced? Because anyone can get up and say that, well, I am this, I am that. But how do we know? that he's God. Like it's very common, it still happens in India. I don't know if it happens anywhere else or not. You see so many gurus or so many gods appearing from everywhere. Like even at this time when we go, I'm sure we will find a few gods around, claiming to be, I am Bhagavan. And they have lots of disciples, lots of followers who say that, yes, he is Bhagavan. So one time, Srila Prabhupada was in the city, I think New York City, and some of his disciples came to him and said, Prabhupada, we have heard that there is a God here in the city. He has come. And Prabhupada said, okay. Who says that? He says, some of his disciples say that he's God. Then Prabhupada says, okay, if he's God, then can he show his universal form? And then the disciples go and say, okay, ask him, that can you show us your universal form? Then this God, so-called God, Guru, is now confused what to answer. And he says, you know what, actually none of my disciples are worthy, eligible enough to be able to see my form. So the disciples go back to Srila Prabhupada and says, Prabhupada, he says that none of my disciples are actually qualified or eligible to see that. Unless I'm not able to. Prabhupada, come on, you can't say that. You don't even have one disciple. That means he's bogus. Yeah. So, but the point that he makes is interesting still to say eligibility. So even if we ask the Lord to show his form, like Arjuna is asking, and how is he presenting his case? He's saying that, oh Lord, if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, if you think I am able, this is the humility that Arjuna shows. So eligibility, Shri Shri Radha Gokulanda Bhagavan ki jai, Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ji Bhagavan ki jai. So, so Arjuna says, if Krishna, Lord, thinks that, he is able to behold. But what Prabhupada clarifies, no one can behold unless Krishna grants that vision. He will give him that vision. But even to be able to make the request and become eligible to receive that grace from the Lord, we need certain qualifications, and nobody can demand. Like we can't demand anyone to present, like as Prabhupada would say, like you can't demand the Prime Minister of this country to say, okay, come before me, I would like to see you. No chance. You need an appointment, maybe if lucky you get, otherwise you can't get to see. But what to speak of, seeing the Lord in his universal form. So Arjuna has certain qualifications. And what are those qualifications that Arjuna has? And we can all aspire to have those qualifications. We all want to be, we are all here, we want to be devotee of the Lord, and we want to know what is that qualification Arjuna had to be able to see the Lord, or to be able to ask the Lord to show his universal form. Humble, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Humility, Arjuna was very humble. This is a humble request that he's making. And there are some more qualities. Humility is a must. Without humility, we can't expect. Like even in the normal life, we don't have humility. We can't ask anything from the superiors. And he is the Supreme Lord himself. And Krishna says gives him some qualifications in the previous chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And he says two things. He says, Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. You are my devotee and you are my friend. Two things Krishna calls. And then Krishna also says in the 7th chapter, calls him Anusuya. Anusuya means one who is not envious. So Arjuna had these great qualities. As you said, number one quality, he was very humble, very subservient, he was in the serving mode. Although he was in the sakha mode, in the friendship mode, and Krishna called him, bhakto se me sakha cheti. And he was devotee, so we have to be devotee of Krishna. We have to be in some relationship with Krishna. Now you can't have relationship with the universal form, because universal form is just devouring everyone. But some sort of relationship that we have. That happens at the very advanced stage when devotees start to experience or have that relationship with the Lord. By our level, we are devotees of the Lord, and other thing is we are not envious. And envy is a big problem. Duryodhana was envious. So Krishna, in Mahabharata we see that Krishna showed his universal form to Duryodhana as well. Does anyone know what happened? So what happened is, Yudhishthira and the Pandav brothers, they were always gentle in their nature. They would not like to fight a war. They don't want to go into all that, situation where people could die unnecessarily. So Yudhishthira Maharaj said to Krishna, Krishna, only you can go and maybe convince them to not have this war. It is not. We don't need a war, and we can just settle it amicably. In a friendly way, we can settle it. So Krishna goes to Duryodhana. Duryodhana comes to know that Krishna is coming as a messenger of Pandavas. So Krishna accepts so many positions because he is the well-wisher, of his devotees, because he's the friend of his devotees. He takes humble position to go as a messenger. He's a supreme Lord. He takes the position of a messenger. He takes the position of a charioteer. He takes so many humble positions. Krishna is so loving. And he can do anything for his devotees, he says that. Yeah? Hare Krishna. So he takes all those positions, and then he goes to, Duryodhana comes to know about Krishna is coming. So he makes a plan. He says that, you know what, all these Pandavas, their strength is this Krishna. Okay? And if we are able to capture him, they're finished. They can't fight. Although Krishna had agreed in the later stage, he would say that he will not fight personally. But at that time, Duryodhana was thinking, if we are able to capture Krishna, then these Pandavas are finished. They can't do anything. So he creates a plan. He calls his, assembly. And at that time, people, some of them who are intelligent enough, like Bhishma says, you're crazy, what you're talking about, you can't capture Krishna, no one can do that. And Vidur also says, you can't do that, it's just, your thoughts are crazy. He wouldn't listen. And he makes up, no, I can do it. As soon as he comes in the assembly, he gets his guards ready to just grab him and put him in the jail, and that's it. That's the envious plan, because it's envious of Krishna. And there's one more envious person we talk about. Shishupal was very envious. He was the most envious, actually. So at that time, talking about the universal form, so that time, as Krishna comes, and all these guards say, okay, now Duryodhana shows, okay, you can get him now. And the guards try to approach to capture Krishna. Who can capture Krishna? Krishna starts to grow in size. He goes big, and he goes on huge. And the guards, they get scared of looking at what's happening. Oh, they start to run away from there. They can't catch him. And then everyone runs away, and Krishna says, you're trying to catch me. All the big rishis with their meditation of thousands of years, and all the jnanis with all the readings of the knowledge, the scriptures, and everyone is trying to capture me, and they can't. And you think you can capture me? You can't. And then Duryodhana is confused what to do. He would not accept still. That's the problem. He would still not accept it. So that was one time. Other time Lord showed his universal form. This time was to one more person. Who else did Lord show his universal form? Yashoda Mai. And Mother Yashoda, what happened is, the Krishna was as a little boy, he would go around, he would play with his friends. He likes to be, he likes to have friends. That's the form he would like to have. That's the relationship he would like to have. In Vrindavan, he's very happy. He's happy playing with his friends, going to the forest and herding the calves, And just fun, going up and down mountain here, there, climbing up the tree, taking the fruits, having all sorts of fun with his friends. And one time, they used to play lots of games as well. And sometimes Krishna would win, and sometimes Krishna would lose with his friends. And they would have games like, if he loses in some game, then Krishna will have to carry his friends on the back. This is Supreme Lord. This is our Supreme Lord, who wants to have such friendly relation. That's why he's happiest in Vrindavan. Because what happens is everywhere else, he's being honored in Vaikuntha. He's worshipped as Lord Narayan. So it's quite boring for him. But when in Vrindavan, although everyone knows that he is Krishna, but still they don't know. This is what is called Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya, there's two types of Maya, Mahamaya and Yoga Maya. Mahamaya makes the people like us to think that we are God. We are the center of the world. And the Yoga Maya works slightly differently. It says Krishna is one of us. They are extreme love for Krishna. Krishna is also extreme love for his devotees. So Yashoda Mai, what happened? The friends are playing with him, and one time someone complains, I think it's Balaram complains to Yashoda Mai, you know what, Mother Yashoda, I saw Krishna ate dirt, mud. The children eat the earth, and says, I saw that. Anyone knows this? I'm sure everyone knows the story. Everyone knows it? No? Okay. So Krishna has eaten dirt. His complaint has gone to his mother. His mother is worried. Oh, my little boy has eaten dirt. That's not good. He should not do that. He should not do that. It's bad for you. He asked Krishna to open your mouth. Let's see, have you eaten dirt? He says, no, I have not eaten dirt. Now your friends are saying that. No, I have not eaten. Now, Krishna says, no, because they lost in the game. That's why they're complaining, I have not eaten dirt. Krishna said, Yashoda Mai said, no, they're saying that. Then Krishna, maybe I can open my mouth and you can see whether I've eaten or not. Yashoda Mai, let's do that, because Balaram also says that, let's forget about the friends. Your brother is saying that you've eaten dirt. Oh, really? Okay. I'll open my mouth and you can see my mother. And Krishna opens his mouth. And Krishna is, Krishna is Krishna when he's little boy, when he's 16-year-old, when he's in the Kurukshetra fighting the battle, when he's Dwaraka, when he's Mathura. In all situations, Krishna is Krishna. And he has the whole universe within him. And he opens his mouth, and Yashoda Mai sees in his mouth, and she sees and she becomes completely bewildered. What she sees is the whole universe is inside. She's seeing all the planets, all the stars, the moon and the sun and all the demigods, everyone, and she's seeing all that. And she's seeing even Vrindavan in Krishna's mouth, and she sees herself and she gets really scared. Now the whole situation that she was trying to reprimand Krishna, now you eat dirt, and now she's seeing this in his mouth, and she's now, bewildered completely and saying, oh, this is Supreme Lord. What was I thinking? I thought he's my son, but he's Supreme Lord, he's Krishna. And she says, she becomes very conscious of the situation. She starts to offer her obeisance and start to say some prayers. And Krishna thinks, oh, what's happened now? Because Krishna does not enjoy that relationship. He said, this is my mother. Only a few days ago, she bound me with the mortar. Damodar, we come for Damodar Ashtakam. And there's a Leela in Vrindavan, and Krishna is bound by his mother on the wooden mortar. And now she's saying, oh, she's now going in that awe and reverence, in respect. Krishna immediately withdraws that. And that's how I was saying Yoga Maya works. Yoga Maya works in a way that Krishna's devotees think that Krishna is one of them. His Sridhama, like when Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, after the Govardhan hill, he lifted, when we can go in that story, that's a long story, but 7 days Krishna was holding Govardhan on his little finger, left hand little finger. That's amazing. And then after all, Indra is all done, he keeps the Govardhan back. And then his friends start to, discuss with him. You think you were picking up, you picked up the whole mountain on your own little finger? It's not true. We also had a little stick on there. So they were putting the stick to lift the Govardhan. And they were seriously thinking that we were also helping you, Krishna. And some of the Brahmanas saying that, because of all the prayers that we sing, and that's why the Govardhan he made it so lighter for you to just lift it. It is because of our Brahmanas that you're able to lift Govardhan. Some saying it's because of my stick you're able to lift Govardhan. So that's how the Gopas and the friends, they behave with Krishna. Krishna likes that. And what happens actually very interesting is once Krishna, keeps the Govardhan back, and then all the demigods, they all appear in the sky and they say, this is a wonderful act. Who can lift a mountain? Anyone been to Govardhan, Vrindavan? Have you? Anyone? No? Yeah. So it is, in those days, it was huge. Now it is reducing in size. I can imagine 5,000 years ago, it was huge. And the mountain is back, Govardhan is back on its place. And all these demigods are seeing this. This is our Supreme Lord who has done it. They start to offer prayers to Krishna because this is a heroic act he's done. And Indra is humbled, in the whole pastime. Indra was trying to play some tricks with Krishna. And Indra is humbled. And who has come to offer praise is all the celestial mothers, all the celestial stars, and the wives of all the rishis. Arundhati is there, and all the Mother Parvati is there, Saraswati is there. Everyone is there. They're offering prayers, and the demigods start to offer prayers, and they just doing arati and all that. And Krishna he has to take all that, but he's like come on, get on with it, finish it. He wants to go back to his friends, and once they've done all that, all his friends are watching what's happening there, and they say, who are these people? What are they doing? What are they trying to do to our friend Krishna? Why are they worshipping our friend Krishna? And I said, okay, that's fine. Once they are gone, Krishna is bored with them. And when the demigods are all gone, all the great rishis, everyone's gone, then all the Krishna's friends start to imitate them. And now, normally, when the arati is done, it has to be done in a particular way. You offer so many times at the lotus feet of the Lord, then at the lotus navel of the Lord, then face of the Lord, then the body of the Lord, like 4, 2, 3, 7. There is a particular way. There's a process to follow arati. It's not just willy-nilly anyone can do anything. But Krishna's friends, they don't know all. They are they're gopas. They are the coward boys. They don't know what is all that. They start to just pick up the same, the arati trays, and they start to offer just in any number, nothing, anything. Krishna feels very pleased with that. He says very happy. Wow, this is good. All my friends are doing this. So he likes to play with them. And this is how Krishna is personal. And he likes that. He likes to show his personal form. So Arjuna is seeing the personal form and asking to show the universal form. Universal form, he is asking for one big purpose. Even today it is valid, as we were saying before, that if Krishna has not showed his universal form, we can have anyone claiming to be God. We have already got so many people since time immemorial coming and claiming to be God. There's so many gods in India all the time. And to quiet them up and to give a proper challenge to someone says that, this is the answer that we can go and say, well, if you're God, then please show us your universal form. And but the Lord is pleased by his devotees. There is anyone has heard of, now it's Ram Navami coming up tomorrow, and we will see Lord Ram. He had so much personal relationship with his devotees. There's one devotee that stands out who had the darshan of Lord Ram is Shabari. There's so many devotees. Anyone knows the story of Shabari? She was. Anyone? Yeah. Would you like to say a little bit?
She was waiting for quite some time for
Yes.
Ram to arrive.
Yes.
For his darshan. So when he arrived, she kept those, the berries.
Berries. Yes. Yes.
Ready,
It's also said that. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. So Sabri, she was, as a young girl, it's a long story, but she happens to somehow reach the ashram of Matanga Rishi, and this is a sage, and she lives in the Aarti will start at 7 anytime. We got 10 more minutes, and we'll have. So Lord Ram is passing through the Dandakaranya forest, and then he says to Lakshman, actually it happens like this, that Lakshman and Lord Ram, maybe they come around that place where Matanga Rishi's ashram was there and Shabari was living there, and they hear that there's names coming from the trees, the leaves everywhere, Ram, 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 Lord. It's like, and then Lakshman says, there seems to be another trick of these demons. Where is this coming from? Lord Ram, in his ever smiling face, he gives a little smile. No, it's okay. I'll show you what's happening. The Shabari, when a little girl, she went to the ashram of Matanga Rishi. She was very obedient, very very devotional, and she would always serve her spiritual master all her life. As a young girl, and she was now this day, she was very old, but all her life she was serving her spiritual master, Matanga Rishi. And when Matanga was, leaving this world, he said to, actually Shabri was saying that I can't live without you. All my life I have served you. If you're leaving, then I also have to leave. Matanga Rishi says, no, you should not leave, because I'm so pleased with your service that I give you a blessing that Lord will come and you will get darshan of Lord himself here. Lord Ram will come. And she said, okay, that's amazing. So then she stays in that ashram even after her spiritual master, the guru, is left. And every day she's waiting for Lord to arrive. Every day. Every day, as Mataji was saying, she collects the best fruits, because she's in the forest. She collects the best fruit from everywhere and she's saving it. My Lord will come. This one of the things he says is, my Lord. So Arjuna has got this. How does he address Lord? Prabhu and Yogeshwara. Prabhu means my Lord, you are my Lord. My Lord is that, this is what we all want to do with Krishna. To have that personal relationship. My Lord Krishna. Right? George Harrison sings, oh my sweet Lord. Like, my sweet Lord. There's a song like that. So that my relationship is what Krishna likes. It's my Krishna. Because Krishna says, my devotee, name bhakta pranashati. Kaunteya prati janehi, name bhakta pranashati. As Krishna is saying many things, and says in one time, he says, go Arjuna, go declare that my devotees will never perish. Because when it comes to his devotees, Krishna becomes specifically very, very soft-hearted, very protecting. And in Mahabharata war also we know that, how Krishna was. So he said he will not lift weapon. One stage when Bhishma was shooting arrows at Arjun, one after another, Arjun was not able to handle Bhishma. And Arjun's chariot was down, and Arjun just fell off the chariot. And now Krishna was really angry. Although he promised that he will not fight in the war, he goes and grabs one wheel from the chariot and he attacks Bhishma. And Bhishma just, surrenders at that time. He says, oh my Lord, that's all I wanted to prove. You've done two things now. One, promised that you will not lift a weapon, that you have proven that for your devotees you can do anything. A is because you wanted to protect your devotee Arjun, you picked up this to kill me. B is, because I'm also your devotee. Bhishma was a great devotee of the Lord. And he had taken a vow that he will make Krishna lift a weapon. Because Bhishma had taken a vow that day that he will wipe out all the Pandavas that day. And he had 5 arrows, that's another story, how those 5 arrows were taken by Arjun. And so because Bhishma had taken a vow that today I will finish all the Pandavas, and Krishna has taken a vow that he will always protect his devotees. Name bhakta pranashyati. And Bhishma had taken a vow that even if I will also make sure that the Krishna lifts up, because Krishna would come to protect his devotees. And to protect his devotees from me, Bhishma was very powerful, he will have to lift a weapon. So Krishna did that as well. So he lifted. And then, Bhishma, he surrenders. So this is Krishna's unique love for his devotees. That's why he says, my devotees. And he likes it when we say, my Lord. When we come to say, oh my Lord, it's my. That relation of Krishna is mine and I am Krishna's. This is what is loved by Krishna. That's what Krishna really likes, that relationship. Because he's not impersonal. He has everything is, his creation is done by him. He's maintaining, he's creating, he's destroying, everything is done by him. But he is also a person. In that personal form, when we approach Krishna, that's when he approached Lord Ram in that personal form, he likes it that way. And we had similar story, we got 5 more minutes, and then the Aarti will start. And there's another story where Guha, from Ramayana, we're talking about tomorrow is Ram Navami. So Guha, anyone who Guha is? He's a Nishadaraj. When Lord Ram is banished to the forest for 14 years, he enters the beginning of the forest, and this is the Nishadaraj, who is the king of the tribal people there. And when he sees that Lord Ram has come here, he asks what happened, how come he's left, and he comes to know everything. And Guha says, Lord, they were actually friends. When Lord Ram was younger, he used to come to the forest for the hunting, and that time he used to hunt with Guha. And Guha says, my Lord, this whole kingdom that I have, because he's the king of the tribal, the forest area, he says, my Lord, all this belongs to you. From here, okay, you left Ayodhya, and you've been banished from there, but my Lord, everything that I have belongs to you, and you can rule this, and you can be the king here. I would be so happy to serve you. He offers everything that he has to his Lord Ram. Yeah, so that is the relationship that devotees develop with the Lord, because they're so pleased to see the Lord happy, and Lord is very pleased when he sees his devotees offering their everything. This is love. Love means offering. Love means not just words. Love means some action, some intention. The Lord sees our action, but he likes our intentions. Action, more than action, what is our intention? We might be coming here and we may have, doing so many things, and it's great. Krishna says, all my devotees come to, so all of you are here to see the Lord. Is wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today. And what is amazing is, more than we want to see the Lord wants to see us as well. He wants to see us. He's waiting here. Okay, my devotees will come. And he knows, because he's sitting in everyone's heart. That's amazing. He's sitting in everyone's heart. He knows, he has relationship with all of us individually, a unique relationship. Now, how do we understand that? And not just us, every living entity that's in this creation, Lord has a personal relationship. And how is that? He's sitting within everyone's heart. So he is inside, he's outside, he's everywhere. And what is he doing inside? Because we forget what we wanted. He reminds us. He reminds us 2 things. Depending on what our mood is, ye yathamam prapadyante. He says in Bhagavad Gita, the way you approach me, in the same way I reciprocate with you. So if you want something from Krishna materially, like, okay, Krishna, give me some wealth, give me some this, give me some fame, give me this, give me that, then Krishna is, okay, you want this? So he's helping us. And they want to enjoy whatever way he gives them. But when we look at him, say, Krishna, I want you. I want to be with you. And then Krishna says, okay, that's when he's most happy. Oh, you want to be with me. So if you want to make Krishna happy, we make him my Lord. That my relationship. And there are 5 types of relationship, we can have. As we advance, when we grow more and more, when you gain confidence, that's how, when you have a long relationship, and that's when the relationship grows, closer and closer and closer, and then we develop that love for each other. That's how when we chant his names, we hear his pastimes, we discuss about his stories, how wonderful Krishna is, and we talk more and more and more. It's amazing. And we chant his names, we develop that relationship. I mean, we have the longing, we have a desire to see Him. So to see Krishna, there are so many ways. We're going to now see Krishna. The darshan will open in a minute. Someone should start chanting the prayer. And then we can also see Krishna through the ears. When we hear about Krishna, that's all. When we chant from the tongue, Krishna is not different from His name. And we also take prasadam. We can feel that special mercy coming through the prasadam. We don't know what's happening, it's special. And we serve Krishna, and even if we see Krishna, some devotees, we see, wow, this is Krishna's devotee. That reminds us of Krishna. So everything that we see in relationship to, like we see Prabhupada, we remember of Krishna. And there's so many other devotees. When we see them, we remember Krishna. So this is how we can actually, and the universal form, the idea is, when we see anything outside, we can see Krishna. We can see Krishna's magic, because Krishna is that consciousness that's making everything work in this world. So that's how we can see both ways. But what is higher is the personal relationship. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Satna Simhasa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasanta Bhaktivedanta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All together, please. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Everybody Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jayo Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Jai Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki Jai Gaur Nikai ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nama Om Vishnu Param Parvachaka Om Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnavat Paramahamsa Parivrajak Acharya Ashtadhara Shata Krishna Kripa Srimati Shila Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki
जय जय नित्यलीला प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदशिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की जय जय शिल गौर किशोर दास बाबाजी महाराज की सच्चिदानंद शिल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाराज की साक्षात वैराग्य मूर्ति शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ स्वर्गोस्वामी की श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की गिरिराज भगवान की जय जय नवद्वीप धाम की मायापुर धाम की गौर निताय भगवान की भुवन मंगल हरिनाम संकीर्तन आंदोलन की आगत जय जय श्री श्री रामचंद्र भगवान आविर्भाव तिथि की जय सीता मैया की जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय जय गोकुलानंदन भगवान की जय जय गोकुलानंदन भगवान श्री श्री रामचंद्र भगवान राम लक्ष्मण सीता हनुमान जी संध्याकालीन आरती की आरती दे उपस्थिति भक्त वृंद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की हृदय गौरी सीतानाथ ब्रह्मानंदे हरे कृष्णा हरे भक्तर को निष्कंदेव भगवान की नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रहलाद लाद दाहिने प्रहलाद लाद दाहिने हिरण्यकशिपुर्वक्षः हिरण्यकशिपुर्वक्षः अशिलटङ्कनकलये अशिलटङ्कनकलये हितो निसिंह परत निसिंह जत जत जामि तत निसिंह बहि निसिंह हृदय निसिंह निसिंह मदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव कर कमल भरे झलित हिरण्यकशिपु तमभिङ्ग हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल भरे Sagodita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadita Hare Jai Jagadita Hare Jaya Nishinghade 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 Jaya Nishinghade Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Prahlad Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 जय जय भक्तरकनि सिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की उपस्थिति भक्त वृंद की अच्छा गाता है